Greetings to you all. Man, the state of play, in my opinion, was amazing. And I think we all know what we're going to start off with. We are going to start off with the Wolverine game, as we have seen some gameplay, which is what we all want to need to talk about. You know, what was in there was incredible, but sit back guys, relax, we're here to delve into it. Let's go. For me, the Wolverine trailer was one of the best I've seen in a long time. The gameplay, the cinematic cutscenes, and the way how it was captured, you know, the Wolverine character all felt, you know, spot on. Exactly how you would want him to be portrayed. What really caught my eye and everyone else off guard was the casting change. You know, Liam McIntyre, a well-known actor with several noticeable roles underneath his belt, now stepping into the role of Wolverine, a big, huge role. It came as a surprise, but adding even more excitement and curiosity about how he'll bring the character to life. With the game set to release in fall 2026, we have some time to enjoy the other big titles arriving before then. But this one is already shaping up to be something special, and the wait is going to feel worth it. So we all know that Wolverine has some iconic villains, and I hope these villains that I'm about to mention do come inside the game, because if we reflect back to games like Spider-Man, Insomniac themselves, who are the creator of these games, have brought some fantastic villains to the game. So relating to Spider-Man 1 and 2, they've put a lot of characters in there, and I'm assuming they're going to do this one with the Wolverine as well. Now, referring back to Wolverine's iconic villains, I don't know if you guys see it in the trailer. You can clearly see that Omega Red is going to be a beautiful addition to the game. Also, the other villains that I would love to see that will be the center of the game, that will help the game pretty much and draw attention, is Sabretooth himself. I feel like Sabretooth should be the pinnacle of Wolverine games, as he has always had feels with him, and I feel like, you know, Wolverine games are not the same without Sabretooth. I feel like he would just be a fantastic addition to obviously set the game. Also, with addition, Lady Deathstrike as well, who he's had plenty of feels with, and, you know, referring back to like the movies and stuff, will be a excellent addition. Also, a lot of people don't know about this person, but he will be fantastic, and that's Mr. Sinister himself. If you don't know who that is, go do your research for sure. Also, I would definitely put people like Juggernaut in there that could potentially set the scene, not only for, you know, the big guys, but just having a challenge throughout the game. You know, also Silver Samurai will be a great addition to the game as well. There's so much enemies we could name, guys, but I feel like these, you know, villains could be the center of the game. Right now, there isn't much official news to obviously share with the game. It's a lot of prediction and speculation. But one thing I must say, you know, Insomniac as a studio do take times with their projects. There's even rumors about another Spider-Man being in the works, you know, but this is what we're looking forward to. And that said, if there's one thing about Insomniac, you know, they really do take time with their games, and that's because of high quality. They don't rush things, and we're about to see some masterpieces. I'm Wolverine. Seriously guys, the politics need to stay out of gaming, 100%. There's a lot of backlash going on right now with the developers of Ghost of Yotei, you know, some serious ones. You know, to the point where people are talking about boycotting the game, and it's that serious. So just to give you a little insight, there was a guy called Harrison. Here we are. The studio has been at the center of social media back and forth over the comments by Harrison in reference to Luigi, who, as you can see right there, I'm not even going to read it off. I just want to say that this is crazy with what's happening to games at the moment. You know, there has been research with, you know, people have cancelled pre-orders due to the Charlie Kirk situation. Rest in peace. You know, this is crazy. I think all this stuff needs to stop, man, honestly. You know, and to know that it's come all the way into gaming, which is pretty insane, because I'm just thinking, what else can be said? You know, To me, I don't think that the sacking is enough. You know, I feel like something needs to happen in terms of, you know, a fine, or I don't know how things work, but you know, to say that over a game, and apparently they said that they would do it again, it's insane, very insane. And I just think this is a joke. In my opinion, I will still be 100%, you know, playing Ghost of Yotei, thinking about the Shima there, but the politics need to stay out, man, honestly. And it just shows, you know, how much of an effect and who you employ, who you put in charge, who you want to represent your brand, your gaming, everything. You know, it's really important. These studios definitely need to take into consideration. And in my opinion, overall, I think Sucker Punch do need to do more. They need to be more apologetic. It's more like sorry and get on with it. I think they need to speak out, explain the actual situation, potentially, I wouldn't say expose, but you know, I get the firing thing, but you know, something else needs to be done. At the moment, as I said, the cancel of pre-orders is working at the moment, but I do believe that a lot of people will still play this game, and I've seen a lot of, you know, people play this game and they said the game is fantastic. So I'm pretty much looking forward to it. The game's going to be released on October the 2nd. But guys, I want to hear your thoughts with regards to this, man. This stuff's crazy. 2026 is going to be a very, very stacked, fantastic year for games, you know, with all the announcement that we see in that state of play. And even prior to that, you know, there's games that are gonna, you know, suck us in time for sure. You know, we got the likes of GTA 6, which is going to be out next year. Marvel's Wolverine. You know, these are just off the top of my head that I believe that I'm going to be pretty much satisfied with. You know, the Resident Evil, the new one, Crimson Desert. I don't know if you guys have heard about that. A couple of guys have probably not seen that, but go check that out. Sorrows, I was really happy with what I've seen with regards to that. It looks pretty cool. And Forza Horizon 6. And I think what they've done with the actual game itself, they've literally held it in Japan, which is fantastic because a lot of people have been, you know, speaking about the game being held in somewhere different, preferably Japan. And I just think this is fantastic. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts. And if you do tend to like this video, always show some support. Like, subscribe. Appreciate it.